We have another exciting list that someone sent us about Aquarius. And today we're going to read this list and see if you and I agree with what was said about Aquarius in this list. Now, you know, people always talking reckless about Aquarius. So we're going to see, is this real or is this some BS? My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to everybody and anybody who would like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section, and underneath this video is all my information. So if you want to get a reading done, or if you want to talk with me, hit me up. I'm on email. I'm on all the social medias are under there. If you want to send me a gift from my Amazon wish list, that's awesome. That's underneath this video. Everything is underneath this video. And the link to my favorite mug is underneath this video. So remember, I have partnered with AscensionLife brand, and every day that I do a talk video, I'm going to be doing the sip. So right now I'm going to do the sip. And you're going to tell me what you think I'm drinking, and the person who has the right correct answers at the end of the month will receive a free random prize gift from me. Okay, let's see what's up. Okay, let me know what you think. All right, so let's take a good look at our list. Okay, this is number 1 on our list, okay? It says here, you know you're an Aquarius when you can see yourself doing your own thing for a very long time. Yeah, Aquarius always do our own thing. I'm thinking my whole life, I'm probably going to do my own thing. I do whatever I want for the most part. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely would say that. We often do our own thing. We're often rebellious, and we often beat to our own drum. So yeah, number 2, what people think of you is not really a concern of yours. I always tell people that other people's opinions of me is none of my business. I always say that, because if they tell me and it's positive, it's good. If they tell me and it's like negative, like, you know, constructive criticism, if it sounds right, I might actually listen to it if it comes from somebody that I admire and respect. But basically, other than that, that's it. That's pretty much it. I don't really feel like it's my concern how other people feel about my life. First of all, my life is not their business. That's first of all. So me being concerned about something they're concerned about that's not their business doesn't seem logical. You don't like to be confined to something or someone unless you're 100% sure that it's right for you. This is very, very true. We have a very difficult time committing to anything unless we're 100% sure that it is right for us. This is so right. You're just as goofy and silly as you are pragmatic and sensible. I am pragmatic, I am sensible, I'm very logical, but I'm goofy as hell. I'm laughing all the time. Oh my goodness, I laugh and joke all the time. So this is very, very true. All right, let me see. Real, true, down and out loyal friends bring you uplifting joy. This is true. My real friends are my favorite people on the planet. My daughter and my real friends, I swear. Ride or die. Love them to death. The loyalty, the realness, the just all of that. You know, just the being there for me, you know, being there for each other. It's just all of that. So yes, I agree. And Aquarius is a sign of friendship. So oftentimes you will see Aquarius have some real strong friendships. Talking to new people doesn't really frighten you. In fact, you can be rather extroverted. Talking to new people doesn't bother me at all. I have new people email me or inbox me for readings every day, and I sit and talk to strangers every day. And for me, strangers are cool because I think about it like this. Strangers have never done anything to me. At that moment when I first meet them, they are a fascinating, kind, positive creature. So until they've done or said something stupid, they're awesome, you know? So I can talk to strangers actually easier than I can talk to people I know. Another thing that happens with Aquarius is that we often have strangers come up to us and just start telling us their life story. And they'll be like, why am I telling you this? You know, I'll be like, oh no, go ahead. You know? So I think that's another part of that. You are a softie. Deep down, and enjoy warm comforts of home. You just don't talk about it. I have so many toys. I mean, y'all see my Cabbage Patch Kids all the time. I have like 30 of them, okay? I have Cabbage Patch Kids. I have Harry Potter toys. I have Care Bears. I have a couple My Little Pony toys. I have a crystal baby Yoda, you know? So yes, I am a big softie. My whole room is done with Harry Potter decor. Y'all going to see it soon, because when I finish putting up the finishing touches, I'm going to do a room tour. I just finished redecorating it, and it is so cute. So yeah, I'm a big softie. I love the comforts of home. And that is true. I remember I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me, I never knew you had toys. He was like, that doesn't seem to go along with your aesthetic. And I was like, yeah, I got a lot of toys. And not the ones you made, not the ones on AdamandEve.com either. I have actual dolls. And he was like, wow, I never would have guessed that. So it doesn't seem like it sometimes. And we don't always tell people. Y'all know because y'all watch my show and they're always in the background. You know, always have some cutesy stuff in the background. But if you knew me personally, you may not know that. It's not something that you may notice. All right. You notice patterns and behaviors in other people very easily. Yes. This makes you want to know what makes others tick. I was just telling somebody yesterday, I was saying to him that whenever he acts shady, whenever he move funny, I know he up to something. I can tell, you know, and that's what it is. It's that your pattern is off. So with an Aquarius, everybody has patterns, even if they try not to. Everybody has patterns. They have certain things that they do, certain things they like, certain directions they like to go. If they drive in their car, they like to go down this street versus that street because this one has potholes. I mean, like, everybody has certain patterns, and Aquarius very quickly pick up on your patterns. And when your patterns are off and you start moving funny, the Aquarius is like, you up to something. I might not know what it is, but I know you up to something. You hate when someone speaks to you or attempts to coerce you. This makes you despise this person rather quickly. Oh, when someone speaks for you. Yeah, I don't like people to speak for me. Let me speak for myself, because 9 times out of 10, people get Aquarius wrong a lot. People get Aquarius wrong a lot. So let me speak for myself, you know. And that way I can ensure I get what I want, you know. That is true. Do not speak for me. I don't like people attempting to coerce me into their thought processes either. If you give me something, if you say, hey, Queen, I heard you say X, and I was thinking Y. What do you think about Y? That's one thing. I'll be like, oh, okay, why? You know, I'll think about it. But if somebody comes at me throwing and spewing their opinions and their, you know, whatever, it happens all the time in the comment section. And I just ignore it. You know, it's like, most of the time I just delete the comment. Like, I remember this one time I was cracking up. Somebody wrote like this page. They wrote this page trying to coerce me into their way of thinking. And as I deleted it, I was cracking up. And I was just laughing like, you just spent all that energy for nothing, because not only did I not read it, I deleted it. Fuck you. You know? So I just like, nah, don't try to coerce me into stuff. You can give me things to consider, and I probably will consider them. You truly care about issues and people in the world. You seek to be of use and provide improvement. Aquarius is known to be the humanitarians of the world in our most positive form. Those of us who really do have a high vibration, even some low vibrational Aquarius have a cause. I noticed that. It's very common for Aquarius to have some type of humanitarian cause. So that makes sense. Aquarius have a tendency to care about people. We have a tendency to care about larger global macro things. It's easier for us to deal with like macro situations and like larger things than it even is, like smaller things, like relationships with people. Like my relationships with people in my life are good now, but before they really weren't. I didn't have a lot of show up energy in those relationships, so some of the times they were really problematic. But bigger things like my causes, they've always had my heart. They've always gotten my attention and my time. So sometimes we do struggle with that. All right, let me see. You love weird shit. Yeah, Aquarius are very eccentric, and we love unusual things, not just for the sake of being unusual, though. I don't like I notice with me, I don't usually like things that are played over and over again. That's why I don't like the color white. There's nothing wrong with the color white. Like for instance, my apartment is painted white. And I really would rather it be painted another color because every apartment I go into is painted white, So I'd like to have something unique, something different, And sometimes it might seem weird to other people, some of the things that we like. But we don't like it just because it's weird. We like it because it's different, because it's unique, because it's ours, And the last one says, your mind may not always make sense to others. No, it doesn't. But it's perfectly organized and is one of your strongest assets. Yeah, I'm sure my thought processes don't always make sense to others, especially people who don't think logically. If they're thinking from their emotions, or from a different place, then of course that logic isn't going to make sense. And even when somebody does think logically, they might come up with a different conclusion. So yeah, I do think my thought processes, the Aquarius thought processes, have a tendency to be kind of unusual to other people. Now we're going to take a look at some positive comments. The first one came from, let's see, Black Girl Loves Anime 6, and she subscribed. Yay, thank you. Damn, this came right at the moment where me and my Cancer best friend are going through it. She's doing that Cancer thing where she's allowing a man to sprinkle dust and wreak havoc on her life. I didn't know the Cancers did that. I don't know. Well, now that I think about it, yeah. I think a lot of people do that, and I do know some Cancers who've done that. I know a lot of people who've done it actually, but allowing somebody to sprinkle dust and wreak havoc on your life, that's really awful. I'm really sorry to hear that. Roosh Glenna, another, let me see, received one of the highest number of hearts from me. That's awesome. Roosh said, I'm okay hanging in there. Life is hard, but grateful for every day I wake up. Me too. Every day that you wake up is a blessing because there's someone else who did not. So I always look at it as a blessing. I wake up every day and I look forward to what interesting things I'm going to do and people I'm going to talk to, Let's try to do the best we can with time that we have. That's what Gandalf said. Gandalf said, all that we can do is make the most out of the time that we have. It's something like that. It's from Lord of the Rings. It's a paraphrase. But that's basically what he was saying, was that we only have a limited amount of time. As a human being, if you're lucky, you get about 100 years. If you're lucky. I mean, really blessed, Most of us don't get that long. And whatever time that we get, the important thing is to enjoy it because they're not always going to be here. Whenever people are miserable or they're depressed, one of the things I think about are my depressions. And I think about one of the things I used to always remember is that, even though this is a bad day or a miserable moment, I'm not always going to be here. You got to appreciate what you have while you have it, because one day you won't, All right, guys, that was our last one. It's time for us to get going. You come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.